Did the stress of my separation from Claire lead to this heart problem? Yeah. It's probably something that was going to happen. Maybe it accelerated it.
Hi everyone, I'm so sorry about my late review. I've been traveling, but anyway, I'm back. So I don't even know what to think really about Cameron and his diagnosis because of the way he's so lackadaisic in how he's describing it. I don't know whether he's trying to minimize it and not make it seem like it is what it is, but I don't know. We'll see. Hey there, thanks for stopping by. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Married at First Sight, Season 17, Episode 12. So it starts off with Emily. She's just talking about the fact that Brennan apparently just left and he didn't even send a message to say goodbye. I said it and I'm going to say it again. Brennan is looking, as Emily said, looking for an excuse to break them up. And it's a pity because at the start he's the one who kept saying, I don't believe in divorce, I don't believe in divorce, I don't believe in divorce. And everything he has done has shown that he's open to divorce, because I don't get why he's behaving the way he's behaved. The fact that he's upset with Emily that, oh, I didn't like the way you behaved, you were, she can only take so much. He kept saying they're taking it day by day. What does he mean day by day? It's becoming too much day by day. It's either he tells her he likes her or he tells her he doesn't. And she moves on with her life instead of wasting her time and everybody else's time. I think because he was singing about, oh, I don't believe in divorce, I don't believe in divorce. I think this is why he doesn't want to ask for a divorce. But I think if he had his way, he would have asked for a divorce. And it's sad that the person that everybody thought would be misbehaving in the marriage is the one who's actually suffering at the hands of somebody else. I question this. I believe in marriage and marriage is for life. I question that, and here we are. We then have Becca and Austin. They seem to be the only couple in a happy place at the moment, even though somehow Austin has to bring up the religion issue when his friend said he wasn't very religious. So I don't know whether it's him saying he's religious because he's looking for an out when he chooses not to say yes on decision day, or whether he actually is serious about it. So Claire arranged a photo shoot with Austin's friends and their children, and it was so sweet to see her interacting with the children. Even Austin acknowledged it, that he can see how she would be as a mother. I think she's open to the idea of having children. I think her medical condition, her medical history, is the reason why, maybe to protect herself, she chose to say, I don't want children. I think she didn't want to face the disappointment of trying for children and then not being able to have them. That's the impression that I get. So I don't know. And then we have Claire speak to Dr. Pia, sort of saying she's trying to support Cameron because, he's very unwell. He's been diagnosed with this condition and she's trying to be there for him and her family is there for her. And it's like, I feel some type of way about Claire. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am. Maybe I need to find these after party episodes and actually watch them and hear exactly what it is Cameron was saying, because I only read somebody's comments, because I don't think she actually put in any effort into that marriage. I think she got there, realized it wasn't a cup of tea, and then checked out the same way Brennan checked out. And now he's got this medical condition. She's trying to be empathetic because she can't ignore him, because she's I think she's a social worker or something like that, or psychiatrist. And so if she is portrayed in a negative light, that might not look good for her professionally. I think that's why she's supporting him. I might be wrong, but hey, it is what it is. And then Cameron, the way he's so lackadaisic in describing his condition, I need to keep my heart below 100. You can see he's panicked, but he's trying not to be panicked. And I don't know how long he can go for to control his own heart rate. What are they trying to say, that he's having these episodes of fast heart rate? What are they going to put a pacemaker? What are they going to do? I didn't quite get it. And you could see he was panicked because he kept looking at his Fitbit or Apple Watch or whatever it is he was wearing to monitor his heart rate. It's really sad, but hey, hopefully he gets through it. Am I the only person who feels sorry for Emily? Because I don't think she deserves everything Brennan is putting her through. The fact that she had to sit down with her friend, and her friend was sort of saying to her, you need to try and sort of do what's in your best interest. I think Emily went into this really wanting to get married, and she told herself she would do anything and everything to make this relationship succeed. So the idea that this relationship isn't going as planned, I think this is what is breaking her. And the fact that I feel like Brennan gave her his best salesman sort of character in the honeymoon phase, and then once the honeymoon was over, he decided to present himself, is what is shaking her, because she says, I know who he can be, and that is who I'm fighting for. And it's like, well, you just met his representative. You didn't actually meet the real person, because had you met the real Brennan, I don't think you would have said yes on wedding day. And her friend was good to say, no, put yourself first, always do what's in your best interest. You don't need to keep resetting and being told to reset when it's not putting you first. You keep prioritizing him. Why not prioritize yourself? Because they show a clip of Brennan saying, oh, I want to reset. And it's like, seriously, you came back from your honeymoon, you wanted a reset, you moved into your apartment. Now again, you want a reset. Just tell her it's not working and leave her in peace so that she can find somebody else. I don't get why these guys feel the need to break their partners. You had Orion and Lauren, now you have Brennan and Emily, and it's like, why? I don't even know. Anyway, we then meet Chloe, and Chloe apparently has been matched with Michael. I'm going to say this. I'm going to put this out there. It seems like kinetic because of the, Zach and Bliss storyline with Irina and how that played out and how happy Zach and Bliss are now. It seems like they are trying to remake that, because I remember last season on Love is Blind, they had Uche and I've forgotten her name. They broke up and then they set them up again and still it didn't work out. And it seems this is what they're trying to do with Michael. I have that feeling that they want to say second chance works. The first time it didn't work out, and at least the second chance it did work out. And it's like, why would you play with people like that? If it worked out, amazing. If it didn't, amazing. Chloe seems like an amazing person. I really hope this works out for her, because I don't think Michael can take the disappointment a second time. I hope the experts have done their due diligence and are really sure about this woman that they're matching with Michael, because I don't think his family will be happy if he is heartbroken for a second time. So Dr. Pepper arrives. This was really fast-tracked, wasn't it? I didn't realize that they actually do home visits for a lot more people than the people that are actually matched, because they showed us a home visit for Chloe. So which means the experts must have backups of people that they do home visits for, just in case somebody pulls out at the last minute. And so Dr. Pepper arrives. She tells Chloe she's getting married. Chloe seems really excited to be getting married. I really get where they're coming from by saying that they didn't tell Chloe about, Michael being stood up at the altar by somebody else. So I get where they're coming from, because then she's going to be anxious that why is it the other person didn't want him. So hopefully they do tell her, though, before decision day, or hopefully once they get married, Michael will feel comfortable enough to tell her exactly what happened. But he comes across as someone who's honest, so I hope he does that. Dr. Pepper expressed how much they really like Michael. I like him. I know he's a bit quirky, but I like him. They have married off some quirky guys on the show, so he's not the first one, and I don't think he'll be the last, and I wish them all the best. You have, Becca and Austin. They've decided to foster fish because they don't want to start off the bat by having children. And it's like, it seems Austin and Becca are really doing everything, or Becca is really trying to do everything to make this marriage work, because I think she's fallen in love with Austin. Austin, I'm not sure where he stands when it comes to Becca, and I hope he really sort of doesn't get overwhelmed by her medical history. It seems that's the reason. I'll continue to say it until he disputes it. It seems that's the reason why he's holding back, so hopefully they'll be able to work on that. Claire then meets up with her cousin to discuss her marriage. Claire's cousin is not buying what she's selling. You can see from the disappointment on her face from the moment Claire spoke about being separated. I think she knows more than what they're prepared to discuss on camera. You could see that she wasn't happy with what you know, the whole reason or rationale behind, Claire and Cameron splitting up, Claire's like, oh, maybe we were just meant to be in each other's lives and not in a marriage way. He was everything I was asking for. And it's like, so what is it that you didn't like? Because he kept telling you that I really like you, I really find you attractive. And in the end, he told you that, I am going to protect myself and I'm going to remove myself from this situation because it seems I'm sort of opening myself to heartbreak, and I would rather take a step back and just, leave you be, and we'll take it from there. So for her to seem surprised that the marriage didn't work, or the fact that, he's decided to remove himself and there's suddenly no communication, doesn't make sense. He told her, I want to protect myself because I see myself investing in you emotionally and I don't think I can take it if we don't work out. So I wish she had been honest with her cousin and told her cousin every single thing instead of pretending like she didn't know why they had broken up or why they were in the situation they're in. So Emily and Brennan meet up with Dr. Pepper, and I remember saying clearly that I wish they could meet up with Dr. Pepper or Pastor Cal, because I felt like Brennan was very patronizing towards Dr. Pia. He had no respect for her, and he spoke to her in a sort of belittling way. Whereas with Dr. Pepper, he was able to sit there and actually listen, and you could tell he was afraid. He wasn't behaving like a jackass the way he behaved with Dr. Pia. The fact that he says, he really likes Emily, he really likes spending time with her, they want to reset, he's asked to name 5 things about her that he likes, and he couldn't. It felt like he could have been describing anyone. It could have been describing anyone under the sun. He just was sort of trying to pull these answers out of his backside. And you could tell that Dr. Pepper could see that he was lying. He was lying. But she didn't want to sort of antagonize him. So she sort of came at it, as I said last time, from a sort of a motherly perspective, a reflective perspective. That way it sort of made him question himself. Emily was quick with the answers, and it's sad. I think a lot of people had their money on Emily being the problem in this marriage, and so the idea that no, she's actually not, it's actually Brennan, is shocking to everyone. Even when they get back to their apartment, he's smiley, and it's like, what is it? Did his family say they don't like Emily? Why did he suddenly change? I don't get his sudden turnaround and his sudden behavior and attitude towards Emily. And it's a pity that she is still willing to do the work. She's still willing to invest herself in this marriage. I hope this man doesn't break her the same way Orion broke poor Lauren, or the same way, Claire broke Cameron. But hey, it is what it is. So Austin and Becca go out with Austin's parents for a meal, and Austin really wants, I think he's trying to suss out how everybody in his family feels about Becca. I still am of the impression that he's holding back. And so to see Becca, you could see, was trying to put her best foot forward, the way she was communicating with his mom and dad, the way she was very vocal and very friendly and very, very informative. I liked that. His mom, if I remember very correctly, she's the mother who didn't want their child to get married at the start. Apparently, Austin is an only child, so maybe that's why she wasn't thrilled at the idea of him entering the experiment. So I don't know. It seems they have a lot in common, Becca and Austin's mom. It seems she's warming up to Becca. Austin's dad seems thrilled. I think he's just happy that Austin has found someone. So that's all he's after. I don't think he's bothered who the person is. I think as long as his son is happy with whoever he's with, he will be happy. So I like the fact that they're putting in the effort. I like the fact that Austin and Becca are doing everything to try and give their relationship a shot. So I think if nothing else, if it fails, then they've tried everything. It's totally different to Emily and Brennan, where Emily is putting in all the work and Brennan is looking for obstacles every single turn. So I don't know. So, as a result of their meeting with Dr. Pepper, Emily and Brennan were given a task to answer questions. I think it was mainly because Brennan couldn't find anything tangible to say about Emily, and Dr. Pepper gave them questions to sort of provoke a response or a thought from him. And I think he was trying, because he looked like a jackass after the way he responded. So I think he was trying to pretend to be very thoughtful, because they were sitting in the jacuzzi and they were asking each other questions. And because his Emily could see through the BS. She could see that he was just saying what he felt he needed to say because they were on camera. So in the end, she became sarcastic. And for him to throw a fit that why are you being sarcastic is like, how much more can this girl support you? The fact that you want her to continue to support you when you are not supporting her doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Brennan needs to just check out. Is he afraid of paying the fine then? He needs to just pay the fine and move on, because I give Emily credit for finally standing up for herself and showing him that, the sun doesn't revolve around him. She cannot continue to endure everything he's dishing out to her just because she wants this marriage to work. I think he was hoping she'd be a nightmare and the viewers would blame her for things going wrong. And so the idea that she's actually put in the work and she's been hardworking and he is the one who's coming across as at fault, I think is the reason why he's trying to sort of lash out at Emily. And the producers are messy because they kept recording when Brandon, I think, thought the cameras had been turned off. And for him to you're not having my back, I don't think you have you understand the difference between having someone's back and it's like, oh, please keep quiet. We've listened enough, we've enjoyed enough, allow this poor girl to sort of move on and find somebody else if you're not interested in her. So I really hope he puts more effort. If not, then he should ask for a divorce and stop wasting Emily's time. Anyway, I digress. Thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and click the link in my video to watch my review from episode 11. Bye guys.